Simple Man with Ethan Krell instead, Nicky Rod and Damien Anderson. Stay a while if you know about the jiu-jitsu. If you don't, you can come too. This is BT.
Jason Nolf, thank you for coming on with the Simple Men. We appreciate you being here.
I love it.
Real quick intro. You drove far to get here. You're on the other side of town, so we really appreciate it. And anything to just start off to kick things off. Who are you? Why are you here? How did we, how did we come across you, man?
Well, I think first is I think I need to take my shirt off at some point in
You do what you got
in this podcast.
It'll get hotter and hotter. That's why. That's what we do here. The heat is cranked up as soon as we sit down. It's like a hot seat.
No, I just moved down to Austin. I'm living in Round Rock. So we just started a club. I retired from wrestling recently, so I moved down here to grow my company Ocean with a couple of my business partners. One of my business partner, Eric, already lives down here. He lives East Austin, so we want to kind of all move down here and then headquarter here.
Amazing.
So that's kind of the main reason. But then I started a wrestling club out of Round Rock High School too, and that's called Nolf Wrestling Academy. Yeah. So and then I'm gonna do some jiu-jitsu as well.
Yeah. You train with the Tackets, right?
I haven't really trained at all yet.
Yeah, because you're a little banged up still.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm a little banged up, but we bought a house in Round Rock, so been doing a lot of work. I still been traveling. Gino had a fight in Pittsburgh, so I flew up for that, and then I've only been living here for about a month. So but I'd like to. I live about 15 minutes from the Fight Factory, and
nice.
So I don't really know what I'm gonna do for training yet, but it's kind of more right now it's not a huge priority, but I still want to compete a lot.
It's just fun, right? It's testing yourself, and it's kind of I feel it's not much pressure for you. Granted, you're a huge name and stuff, but if you go against somebody else that's a big name, it's they probably don't expect too much. Obviously, great wrestling, but it's a different sport.
But every match is going to be exciting regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna I'm aggressive, and I'm not gonna pull guard or anything.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be
you know how to pull guard.
No, I don't know how. I don't know how to pull guard.
That's good. Never learn.
I never learned to guard. I learned wrestle up.
Yeah.
But
I wish I'd never.
Guard.
I was once a butt scooter, but I'm thanks to these guys paving the way. I can. You're slowly learning how to wrestle up and
trying to expand. I'm trying to do jiu-jitsu. It's hard.
Lower level.
I don't have wrestling as good as you, so I can't take everyone down. I gotta work around it. Sometimes wrestling up is the way, or even just inverting and then wrestling up, stuff like that.
The Simple Man podcast teamed up with Marekhealth to offer a turnkey complete package designed for those driven to maximize performance and support longevity, with the most elaborate testing available on the market.
At Marekhealth, you'll get extensive lab work, over 100 carefully selected biomarkers to provide detailed insights into your hormone profile, cardiovascular health, organ function, and metabolic status. You'll get custom lab reports with actionable recommendations validated by their clinical research team and physicians. A thorough analysis of your lab report and video call review with Marekhealth. You'll get expedited onboarding for those interested in working with a Marekhealth medical provider for personalized treatment options ranging from hormone optimization and cognitive enhancement to hair loss prevention and body recomposition, all from the comfort of your home.
The optimization package includes the same elaborate panel I get myself, and with those test results, the Marekhealth clinical team optimizes my personalized protocol. To get the exact same panel and medical oversight, click the link in the video description, marekhealth.com/Simpleman, and use the code SIMPLEMAN, all capitals, to save 10% at checkout.
Get your blood work done at Marekhealth. Use code SIMPLEMAN, all caps. This guy beat Jordan Burroughs.
Insane.
That was wild. Crazy.
That's insane, man.
That was a sick match.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. And hit him with his own classic blast double.
I was pacing around before the match, and I don't listen to music before I compete. I just kind of listen to the sound of the
crowd, the background
just
noise.
To stay present, because you're not gonna have the music when you go out. You're gonna have people cheering, and you have a walkout song every once in a while. But for that match, we didn't have any walkout songs or anything, and so I don't like to listen to music before I compete. And I was looking in the back, and he was like, had his headphones in. So like every single thing that I look at, like I'm using that to my advantage. I'm like, he can't stay present. He's trying to, listen to music and all stuff. And like most people listen to music. It's not like
I don't
necessarily. Yeah. You do?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't either.
Yeah.
So stay present, brother.
Yeah. Stay present. Yeah. So I think that like just because you listen to music, that doesn't mean you're going to lose. But like when I'm competing, I'm looking for every single mental advantage possible. And then like came into my mind, I'm like, I'm going to blast double him and then later I realized it was God telling me that because, I never really thought about like what I was going to do in the match. I just like what I focus on is just moving my hands and feet and getting to the leg. But like it was very clear to me what I was going to do in that match. And it was like, I'm going to blast double him. And I just like, as I was walking back and forth. So to be able to actually do that and, he's known for coming back in matches, like being down, but then being able to like be clutch and come back and get a bunch of push outs. But I got really good like wrestling on the edge and not giving up push outs. So that was and then I just kept moving because people, they try to stall, they try to like hang on to leads and hang on to wins, but I just kept moving and kind of stayed one step ahead of them.
When you say it's God telling you, can you elaborate? Like, is it in a part of your consciousness that he's speaking to, something like that?
Yeah, it was more like a conscious. Yeah, I would say like it wasn't audible. Like you're gonna hit a double leg.
Yeah,
yeah, but it was just like
white man appears.
But I was like in my head, I'm like I'm gonna double leg him, and it really came out of nowhere. Like I wasn't really thinking about what I was gonna do, and I never really think about like one specific move that I want to hit because I feel like when you go out trying to hit a specific move, you don't compete as well. It's happened to me in college. I'm like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to hit this crazy move. And I went and I was like forcing it. And then I found myself like against like not a very good wrestler, just like not really scoring any points. So I was like, all right, I need to just like focus on getting to the leg and scoring. Yeah. So, but this time it was just like, you're going to double leg. I'm going to double leg him. And it just came into my head. So then I didn't think it was like God in the moment. I just thought it was me like, oh, I'm going to hit him with his own move. Yeah. And like, I want to be like, but later I realized that it was.
Yeah. And you had this while you were pacing around. You felt this.
Yeah. Like right before, basically, you go back to staging. I mean, it's the same thing for jiu-jitsu. You go back into staging, and I think I was in the hole. And then as soon as you get on deck, they take you closer. But it was when I was in the hole, like 2 matches out. That's when the thought came into my mind. Yeah,
that's awesome. I've definitely I've been figuring out how God can help me compete. And I maybe been like studying the Bible and stuff like that for maybe 6 to 8 months now. And it's definitely helped me tremendously. It's given me, well, I think the idea that a lot of the Penn State guys say this, like being present, I think that's a talent in itself. Yeah. A lot of people are focused on like, oh, like I need to win this match so I could achieve this other thing, or like, oh, like I lost to somebody that beat this guy before or something like that. You know what I mean? That's not like honoring the moment. Like you guys are really good at being present and showing appreciation for the moment.
Yeah. I think it comes down to like, well, number one, like gratitude is something that we talk about a lot, just being grateful for the opportunities to compete. A lot of people are trying to do this so that they can achieve something else, or they're trying to do it so that they grow their brand or like get more followers or make more money. It's like we compete because we love it, and we want to compete as hard as we can every time. And if we focus on competing as hard as we can, and that's like our number one, and like enjoying it, we're gonna compete better. Mm-hmm. And something that I do like to help, like that I think helps me compete better, is I just like before I compete, I pray that God turns my nerves into energy and allows me to compete with gratitude in my heart and like with the spirit, because everybody gets nervous. Like before you go compete, like you're gonna feel those nerves. You're gonna feel like, and it feels like fear, but it doesn't have to be. Mm-hmm. We talk about this a lot, but like nerves actually help you compete better. Mm-hmm. If you're not nervous, then you don't compete as well to a certain extent. But whenever those nerves aren't fear. Like it's different. Like fear is like, if I don't do this, then all this bad stuff's gonna happen to me, or like people aren't gonna love me if I don't win. Like that's not the right motivation. Like the nerves come because you want to be successful, you want to win,
because you care about it.
Because you care, yeah. Exactly. Nerves just mean you care, basically.
But there's a balance. There's a balance of caring too much.
Yeah.
Right? That can turn into like worry.
Yeah.
Almost, right?
Yeah. Or an obsession. Like, just like for me, I've talked about this a lot, but like wrestling isn't who I am. Like jiu-jitsu isn't who I am. Business isn't who I am. Like, I'm a child of God, and like that's who I am. And then all these other things that I do are just things that I do. And in anything I do, whether we played spike ball or we're lifting weights, like, or we're playing chess, like I want to beat the other person. Like I want to win at everything I do. So, but I think like when you have that perspective, it's still competitive, but it's not like a lot of people like say like, this is who I am. I am a wrestler. I am like a jiu-jitsu guy.
Identify
like,
by it.
They identify
so much,
it. Yeah. So I don't identify with like anything that I do.
You go to church?
Yeah.
Yeah. You always did this, or?
So I started going to church and I went to church like growing up, but like only for like Easter or Christmas, like stuff like that. And I always said prayers at night, but like I didn't really have a relationship with God. It was more just like God's like all the way up there, and then I'm down here, and then there's like a separation. And like I'd said my prayers just because my mom told me to. And then when I got to college, I started going to Bible study with my wife, Maddie, and then like Bo Nickel and Nick Neville's, like Anthony Cassar, those guys. And I was always like even before, like when I was in high school, I always had like lust in my heart. Like I was always like what I wanted to do is like I want to go chase girls and like I want to go do all this stuff. And then I was talking to these guys. I'm like, how don't you want to do that all the time? And they're like, I don't know. It's just like, that's just not what I want to do. And then as I grew closer to God, I started not having those desires anymore. Like when I started like going to church, non-denominational church, and like, I felt like the pastors were speaking to me directly. And just as I grew in my faith, like my heart started to change. I started becoming like more loving and more empathetic, and like not as like one example, lustful. Like I didn't have that in my heart anymore. And it was like until you experience like your heart change, it's like you don't understand it.
It's almost like you're doing things out of love and positivity, whereas before you're instinctual, you're reacting, right?
Yeah.
You're hormonal,
like
you're a
selfish
man.
Almost.
Yeah, you're selfish, you're hormonal, you're a man. It's like without the tethering to God, you can just kind of like, you can just be a ball of reaction and can go downhill real fast.
Yeah, you go along to your own like moral compass where like there's only one truth, and that's like what the Bible says. So I think a lot of people like they're trying to stick to like a code of morals, but it's like what is your morals? Like they're all just made up. Yeah. Like if they're not the one truth, then everything that people say is just made up. And then they just do what they want to do or say what the world says. Like it's interesting.
Anaconda Fightwear sent us some braces. I actually used it before. That's how I found out about the company first, was when I tore my meniscus going against Gabe Souza. All the other knee braces would slide, and I fucking hated it. This one has like 2 straps, so you put the knee brace on, and there's padding.
I constantly use a knee brace. Like I don't train without a knee brace on my left knee now, so I'm definitely going to try these out. Oh, shout out to Anaconda Fightwear.
Do you think being grateful, being present is the key to competing successfully? Because you're one of the most winningest guys in Penn State. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I think like number one, I think gratitude is big, like we talked about. I think like competing with enthusiasm is really important. A lot of people go out, and that goes along with gratitude. Like a lot of people go out and they just cut weight, or they're tired. They're nervous. There's all these like negative aspects of competing, where like if you can focus on the more positive things, like, man, I'm super excited to go out and like put on a show. Like I love scoring points. I love pinning people. So like every time I compete, I'm like, I want to score as many points as I can, and I want to pin this guy at the end of the match. Like I want to get up by 14 and then pin him. And people think like, oh, you should just take a guy down and pin him if you're that much better than him, or take him down and submit him right away if you're that much better than him. But like to me, like competing, we train all the time so that we can have fun competing. Like competing is like, why would you go to like a pee-wee football practice 5 times a week if you didn't get to play games on Saturday? Yeah. Like no one's going to do that. Like why would you go to baseball practice if you're not going to play in the games and not enjoy the games?
What's the point of the, like, what's the process leading to in the end of it?
Yeah.
It's hard to like have that gratitude, that level of like, It's like beautiful the way you're putting it. Like to make competing that enjoyable would be great. Like I definitely get nervous.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm trying not to joke about it, but like for real, yeah, for sure. And like it is normal the way you were saying it. Like I know it's normal. It's not like I don't think it makes me worse when I compete, but I definitely feel like the a mixture of like the pressure and like, oh shit, I really want to win this. But yeah, it's like important, I feel, too. And I'm starting to like see it, like when I see you guys compete, like I see a bit of what you're saying. It's hard to like see it from the outside. Like obviously you guys experience it yourselves, so it's easier to grasp what you're saying maybe for these guys. But like it's cool, man. I'm trying to like figure that out, like trying to practice competing to the best of my ability and to enjoy it. I feel like I would be at the best of my ability.
I think one thing too that a lot of people don't do is like people are afraid to make mistakes. So they're going out there, they're tight, they're trying to like do everything perfectly, and that's not how I compete. Like, and that's not how you guys compete either. Like I see, like you're willing to take risks, you're willing to like, give up positions sometimes because you're trying to. And in wrestling, you can't really be that good if you don't take risks because you have to get out of position sometimes to get to a better position. Where if you if you just wrestle and you stay in a good stance the whole time and you're focused on defense, all of your matches are going to be close. You never, you wrestle the best guy in the world, you're not going to get blown out. But you could, win a 1-point match or lose a 1-point match to somebody that's not that good either. So, like, you have to take risks and, like, be willing to make mistakes. And I think knowing that your value doesn't come from, like, who you are as a competitor, I think that helps you, like, just trust that.
Yeah, and don't identify as a competitor. No,
yeah.
It's not you're more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Have you ever battled doubt?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even like at the Olympic trials, my first couple matches, like I know I'm gonna win, and when I'm wrestling like these guys, like they're good guys, they're like NCAA champ level guys, but to me, I'm like I know I'm gonna win, but there's still like doubt that comes into my head, and it sucks. But again, like that's where you have to replace it with something positive. So you can't try to ignore the doubt. You can't try to ignore the negative things that come into your head because then it gets louder. Like if you're like, you have a voice come into your head, man, I don't know if I'm ready for this, like, or this guy's really strong or like whatever. You have to replace it right away. Like I'll say, no, I'm ready. Like I recognize that, but I'm ready to compete. I train the hardest, I train the smartest, nobody outworks me. Like, and you just replace it with those things and you say you're ready, and then that kind of like it quiets the doubt.
So for example, if you're like I'm about to go out there, but what if he takes me down? You're like, I've been taken down before. Like I'll just get right back up.
Get up. Yeah.
I can handle anything. Like, something like that.
Yeah. Just believing in yourself.
That's powerful, man. And when you say you're gonna win, like every match you go out there, you're like, regardless of the end result, you're like, I'm gonna win.
There's like I believe like there's certain matches that I'm like less sure. Like when I compete against Burroughs or when I compete against Dake, like there's more doubt than like when I'm competing against some of the other guys, because like Dake's a guy I never beat. So, and Burroughs, I only wrestled once before that and he beat me. I believe that I can win. So it's like a challenge of like, and that's just like part of the battle is like believing that you can win versus like believing that you will win. And I think when you believe you will win, then you're going to be a lot more successful than just like believing that you can't win. And I think like I found myself struggling with that a little bit, like against those guys, but that doesn't like, for me, I still go out and, I really believe that I was going to win against both of those guys, and it obviously didn't go my way, but I think that's just something that, it's something that people struggle with.
So you think that you're better off saying, I know I will win, as opposed to saying, I know I can win. Yeah. I like that. I definitely resonate with that.
So
absolutely.
what if that, not that this happens often to you, but what if you're saying that I will win and then it doesn't go your way? How do you take that? Like, how do you process that?
Yeah, it's hard because I hate losing.
Yeah.
Like losing is like one of the worst things for me, even though like I said, my value doesn't come from it. I like want to win. I'm super competitive. You are too. So, I think just like having faith in God and like trusting that, whatever happens, is according to the way that he wants it to happen.
Yeah,
And
that makes
I like to
everything-
blame it on other people.
Yeah.
That's not
I
what
like to take zero accountability and convince myself that there's nothing I could have done about this.
Yeah.
Save that for that team sports, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I'm joking, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you-
I think I've always been trying to focus on, well, not always, but just recently I've been trying to focus on not being outcome driven, just because I don't know if you've seen, I lose a lot. So with
You
that
don't
being
lose.
said-
You don't
You've been
lose.
winning a lot
Yeah,
lately.
You have been winning a lot. You had a
I
freaking
won- I did
great
good
tournament
one
at
tournament.
And you
ACC.
will win. You will win.
Okay. Maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe I should have this thought process.
I'm
But
gonna-
prior to this, I've been focusing on just like being more process driven, like enjoying the process and like everything that comes with it, and like not worrying. Like I never, not that I'm not nervous, but I'm never too worried about the outcome of the match, because it's just like I know that I'm gonna have fun out there. I know it's gonna be an entertaining match for the people to watch. I know I'm gonna put everything I can into this match. So it's like,
Whatever happens, happens.
yeah, whatever happens. I'm never too worried about winning or losing.
Yeah.
But maybe that's wrong, because maybe I could be winning more.
Well, I mean, in my worried about winning or losing, yeah, I definitely don't think about.
But it's not worry, but it's just like saying I will win versus being like, I don't care if I win. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to fucking put
Are
on
you
a
saying
show.
like the way he's describing it sounds outcome driven to you, or is it like
Maybe compared to the thought process that I've been using.
relative to
potentially-
what you've been going with?
Yes. What do you think about that?
I feel like right now the same way that you feel like in jiu-jitsu, because I'm like such a beginner
Yeah.
that I don't really know what I'm doing yet. So I'm like,
Doesn't matter.
I'm just going to go have fun. And I think that's the way that, but believing that you're going to win, you can still say, I'm going to go have fun and I'm going to go put on a show. And I believe
still
I'm going to
believe
win.
you're gonna win, yeah.
I believe that I'm going to win.
Yeah.
But still, like, it's not about the winning as much as it is about having fun and competing hard and putting on a show. Like that's more what it's about. And that's like, it's like we focus on our attitude and our effort when we compete. We don't focus on the results. So I think the way that you're doing it is good. But I think also like you should believe that you're going to win.
Yeah.
And you will win more if you believe that.
Yeah, it's almost like when you're while you're competing, you don't want to think about the end of the match. Like you don't want to think about winning. You want
Yeah,
to
that's a
just
good way to put it.
being in the moment, enjoying the moment, thanking God that He's giving you this opportunity to go out there and do something that you truly love.
And just trusting him, and then just trusting the way that you train and trusting the way that you compete. Like, if I compete this way, this is going to give me the best chance possible of winning.
Yeah.
Like we don't focus like Nikki was saying. Like when I go out compete, I'm not thinking about winning the match. I'm thinking about scoring points.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to score as many points as I can. So like in jiu-jitsu, like it's probably the same thing. You want to score as many points. I want to get to his back, and then like do all these moves or whatever. And when you compete that way, that's your best chance of winning.
Yeah, I had this little like mental battle. My most recent match was against a really good wrestler, Michael Pixley.
Yeah.
Obviously not your level, but D2 champ.
He's good, yeah.
Yeah, he's good. And he has a really good Darce and front head series. And for a moment, I was like, oh, like if I shoot, I could get front head, it could get submitted. And I was like, that doesn't matter. What matters is me being confident, going out there, competing boldly, being courageous when I'm out there, and then the result is going to be what it is going to be, right?
Definitely.
So, like, if I tethered my approach to his abilities, then it'd be like I'm not being the best version of myself, not being true to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the way to do it.
And I wish I was a better wrestler.
It helps a lot. It helps a lot.
Back.
Great. We were talking about something before we start talking about this, about like what you're gonna get back into competing, and we start talking about competing and mindset. But like you're clearly such a seasoned competitor that no matter, like, again, if we pick up spike ball, like I feel like
He's good.
I know. Yeah, we're gonna find out. I remember you guys played actually.
It's been a while.
It's
Been a while. We played on the slippery mats in the B team.
Yeah.
That was hard
that's
to
where
play.
we practice.
Yeah.
Right?
It's hard to play on those mats.
Oh, what the hell?
What's up, dog?
Damien, what's up, dude?
How are your engagement pictures?
Yeah.
You didn't do them yet?
What up?
You want to get in here?
I'll sit down.
Yeah,
we gotta
pop
we gotta
have a
sit right here if
seat.
you want.
I don't know. I'll sit next to Jay.
Sit on his lap. So
I only have 5 minutes. I want to hear you.
okay. So
I'm
we're
grabbing
getting
you.
into.
Oh.
I think.
Yeah, I'm not letting
let me take
her.
the
No,
lap
she's
seat.
not taking my car.
Wait,
Oh, I
what?
thought it was me.
No.
Mikasa.
I'll drive there, brother.
Oh wow.
We gotta
There-
drive somewhere for the engagement photos.
What do in the backyard?
Mikasa?
You take pictures in the yard if you want. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, perfect. Wait,
Perfect.
Oh, we should take him here.
Yeah, with Jay.
Oh yeah.
Just take it with Jay. I do.
That's awesome.
All right, so yeah, whatever you compete in, you're gonna have that. You're gonna bring that same competitive drive, that mindset. That's gonna be like very, very good for whatever it is. If it's competitive, you're gonna be good at it.
Yeah.
So like, I think for like jiu-jitsu, if you're gonna, especially, can we talk about your next match yet or not yet?
I don't know. We could. Maybe we just don't say the opponent, but
Okay.
I think the plan is
Can
to.
we bleep it out so I can know?
Yeah. Well, I think it'll be released soon.
It's
But
up
I'm
to you. We
gonna.
don't have.
Just say
I'll
it.
announce it. I'll just announce it right now to this camera.
This will be out in like 3 weeks or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
right? So it's gonna.
Yeah.
out
So
for a
I'll be
while, yeah.
competing. The plan is to compete on UFC Fight Pass December 5th against Renato Canuto.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
I'm
So-
gonna be competing on that card too.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you're-
I just ended up accepting it.
All right. Well, give it
Yeah,
up.
so I'll be out there.
Who's
Let's
your
go.
opponent? You don't
What?
know.
Yeah, let's get it.
UFC fighter? No, I don't know.
You don't know?
Galvao.
Mika.
No,
Galvao
it's like
something?
a UFC fighter.
Andre Galvao?
Yeah, it's a UFC
Yeah, Andre
fighter.
Galvao. No, that'll be a fun card.
Yeah, it was
Sick.
some UFC fighter, so I was like, okay, sure. It's like,
Sick.
honestly, I'm gonna go out there and then spar, Marab and Patchy and Aljo, and then compete the Thursday.
Epic.
Just have
Yeah.
fun.
Like, I'm not.
You're
like,
starting to care less about jiu-jitsu now.
I don't
You're
care at
turning
all.
into an MMA guy.
I was like, oh, it's a free trip to Vegas. Oh,
Sick.
dude, I'll get some more work in there.
There you go.
Yeah. So
If UFC
yeah.
treats us pretty good, you'll like competing.
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah, I like the guy that I was talking to, Steven.
Techi, yeah.
Yeah,
Techi,
he was a
yeah.
good dude.
Yeah, for sure.
So-
All right, look. This is how you're going to beat him, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna out wrestle him, obviously.
Yep.
But then he's gonna do some freaky jiu-jitsu shit.
He's going to try scissor sweep maybe.
Yeah.
He's gonna try some
He could
crazy,
try that.
freaky deaky shit. Just make him turtle and then learn to score hooks. That's what. As soon as
It's
you will
submission
act-
only. It's submission only for 8 minutes.
Yes.
And then it's overtime.
You basically
Okay, so
have
actually-
8 minutes to take his back.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's no score in the 8 minutes. Is what?
To take his back and then strangle him.
yeah.
So in overtime to score, he actually doesn't even need to put boots in. Just needs to put knees on the ground for 3 seconds.
Oh,
In that rule set.
beauty.
That's a takedown.
Yeah.
Is
you-
there?
Yeah. Exactly.
Wait.
Let's go. Sick.
There's no like
That's-
negatives or
There-
something.
there's negatives if somebody's backing up, but this guy's.
No, it's not.
I'm not getting a negative,
but
yeah.
there's no. So
Forward.
it goes to overtime no matter what.
If there's no submission, then in overtime there's
Oh.
points.
In regulation, you can get negatives.
You can.
Yeah, but
There's
it still goes
useless
to
stuff.
overtime.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure,
Sick.
for sure.
All right. So in regulation, like I remember when Nicky Rod was like moving from wrestling to jiu-jitsu, you would take everyone down, you'd make them turtle. The longest thing that it took you to get down was actually like passing the guard.
Yeah.
And scoring, like being okay with taking the back and ending up on your back. Because that's
Yeah.
something you have to like, because you don't let your back touch ever. You never.
Nolf will be better because you're a leg rider. Like,
Yeah.
you're really good at riding legs. So if you can toss boots in on him, and then as opposed to just riding, we go body triangle, and
Yeah.
then from there you're gonna hand fight and get the neck.
It's so shocking when I watch you like just easily choke people.
The Simplemen are proud to partner with MASF Supplements, a company that knows high-performance nutrition is essential. Founded by former Navy SEAL Mitch Aguiar, MASF is dedicated to delivering only the best, offering organic, nutrient-dense superfood blends designed to fuel your body with premium ingredients. Their flagship products, Smashin' Greens and Smashin' Reds, are packed with a powerhouse of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, perfect for athletes or anyone looking to optimize their health and performance. These superfood blends contain nutrient-dense ingredients like spirulina, chlorella, and other greens, providing essential micronutrients, powerful antioxidants, and anti-inflammatory properties that help with recovery and boost immunity. The Smashin' Reds include nutrient-rich fruits and berries that are also NSF certified for sport, ensuring that every ingredient meets the highest safety and quality standards. Excellence is the only acceptable standard at MASF Supplements, so when you choose their products, you're giving your body the absolute best in natural organic fuel.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to tighten up some of the back attacks, like feel free to come by.
Yeah.
We'll show you some stuff.
That'd be good.
But I'm a master. This guy
Dude,
also
honestly,
a master. He
Nick
showed me a ton of back control and how to really
This is the
expose the
team.
neck
This is the duo.
with a duo.
The
Let's go.
combined big brain. Big brain.
To be
Yeah.
honest, I do
But
believe,
the
like,
hand fighting.
Yeah, Ethan is the best back attacker, and then also finisher from the back. I mean, you won
Love
the
It's
EBI
my
OT.
for sure.
That's
Like it's
your-
my.
I also
I'm known
won
for like
EBI.
strangling.
no, but EBI
Absolute.
overtime.
The
Oh,
OT, the OT, the
It was
OT.
We went to
only-
OT.
It's only OT.
Yeah,
It was this
remember? Do you remember that tournament?
I do.
That
It was
was
a
a dumb
tournament
rule
of
set.
specific. It was so dumb. Yeah, it was a tournament where all matches you start on the guy's back and then he starts on your back. So it's like a shootout, and
Just it starts that way.
it just starts. Yeah, they put you on the back. And the weird thing about that, because there's EBI overtime where you're starting on the back, but it's after the match goes on. So you're like warmed up a bit. You're all right. Enjoy.
I told her to text me.
Well, I'm just gonna
Do it in the backyard.
backyard.
You can do like 5 more minutes.
It's okay.
We actually have 8 more minutes.
All right, so fucking. Anyway, it's weird when you start on the back completely fresh. It's like much more intense. It's not the usual overtime that we do like at the end of practice or something, which is.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Also, you're dry with somebody on your back, right?
you're dry. It makes a big difference offensively and defensively. So anyway, I subbed, I think 3 out of the 4 guys with rear nakeds. And
That's perfect.
yeah, for the preparation for that was training with you, Gordon, and Craig.
Yeah, you knew
during
you were gonna
COVID.
Yeah.
The gym was dead. It was just a room with me,
yeah.
you.
We're way bigger than you.
All of them were like 100 pounds bigger than me, and it was
Yeah.
made me a lot better at that. Actually, like that was a big. That was probably the most we've ever trained together in one.
Yeah, you could do like positional rounds, like start from turtle position or start on the back. That way you're really adapted to like body triangle.
Yeah.
And the choke. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to just
definitely
learn
something
like
to do, yeah.
technique. I need to learn like just even like just fundamental stuff, like because I don't really have much of a concept of like what the right thing to do is yet.
Yeah.
So I think that's been like good to like I went to New Wave and like John was just showing like a Anaconda and it's like I never even knew how to hit an Anaconda properly. I just like threw my arm across and tried to hook it.
Yeah.
So like learning that was like really eye opening for me. It's like all these things I forgot how to speak, but all these things are like they're not like super complicated, but you just like need to like learn them all.
Yep.
Your progress right now is going to be crazy fast, and like any new thing you pick up, it's going to be exponentially fast, and then you're going to start to like hit like a little plateau, and then things are going to collect again, and you're going to like another breakthrough until it's like it gets harder and harder to find those like breakthroughs.
You'll find your sequences that you'll eventually tie all together. It's weird. Like I mean, same thing, similar to wrestling, but like all of the moves can tie together somehow. Like it's
all connected, bro.
It's a beautiful art.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like also, like you were saying, like the best, because it's not like it's 2 weeks from now, but you have like, what's 2 months away or 1 month away?
It's like a month and a half, maybe
Month
like
and a
6
half.
weeks before competition.
Man, if you just, like situation, I think is the best, because we know you're going to out wrestle him. Like he knows that, you know that.
Yeah.
It's about the next part of it to like cement and score and cement a sub after that.
Yeah.
Like the situation, the techniques obviously matter, but I think like the most time you should spend training would be like those in between situations where you have like a seatbelt no hooks, a seatbelt one hook, and then complete back control, and then learning how to sub. And like if they escape, you reset. So you concentrate your training, your live go in those spots, and then the intuition will start to pick up. You'll start to like, I remember when you guys were doing this. Like I was in full jiu-jitsu.
We were training together when I knew nothing, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
and I was like, thank God. Like you would be, like you wouldn't want to throw that far hook in, because then you'd end up on your back. And I was like, well, thank God he doesn't fucking do that, because that would be, I'd be done. Now you just fucking whip it around, and you have you don't worry about like, oh, don't do this because it's like weird from wrestling. But now that's gone. So it's like, I think the fastest way to get rid of that and open up the new avenue of like back taking and more jiu-jitsu style attacks would be a situation. Obviously techniques matter, like you said, but it's putting them together and
Positional training.
Positional
I just
training, bro.
one thing that I do a lot is I just like watch guys that compete the way that I want to compete. Like when I was young, I watched David Taylor a lot because like his wrestling, like that's the way I want to compete. And then I was able to kind of like figure it out. Now like watching you guys like having like a wrestling background, I'm like, I just want to. I saw your Instagram the other day. You like crossed the guy's arm around. I'm like, I could do that.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, that's
your style.
And then like Andrew Tackett, like the way that he competes is like very exciting. I'm like, I want to compete the way that he competes. Like those are the guys that I'm watching, and like, you know, I want to like emulate you guys, like, because you guys are like setting the standard.
Talking about Taylor, he got a nice check from the Cowboys, right?
Yeah, he just
that
moved,
dude, it's awesome to see wrestlers get paid like that.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
it's well deserved.
Definitely. Like, I think he got
public,
like
it's
he's getting over $1 million a year.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, do you know about that?
He wasn't gonna leave Penn State, and then
that's a lot of zeros.
And then they offered him that money, and he's like, "All right, I'm in."
He's like, "Okay, yeehaw."
Yeah. And now they're bringing like they just brought like Zahid Valencia to their RTC.
Asset,
they brought like Roman Bravo Young. Like they got
RBY's there too.
Yeah. They got a bunch of, and then they just had a big like commit flip to them from Cornell, one of the best guys in the country. So they're starting to make some moves.
Dude, Penn State is stacked this coming year, bro. I mean, you guys are like almost like 3 deep in some of the middleweight classes. It's wild.
Yeah. Going to use a lot of red shirts, a lot of maybe medical red shirts. Like,
red shirts is where they like just stay after they graduate or something?
No. Red shirt is basically you have one chance to red shirt, like a regular red shirt. So for me, I red shirted my freshman year, so I didn't compete and I didn't use up any eligibility. But then I competed for 4 years after that. But you can only red shirt once. Okay. It basically gives people a chance to like, a transition year into college.
It's a whole year to get better, right?
Yeah.
Train with the high levels. Dude, how is it being under Cale Sanderson and Mr. Cunningham?
Yeah. I mean, I think they're the greatest coaches of all time.
Both physical and mental coaches as well, it seems, right?
Yeah. I mean, everything we talk about is stuff I learned from them. Yeah. So, basically before every practice we sit down and they share a parable with us from the Bible, or they just talk about something they read or listened to, and then we relate it to wrestling. And that way we can kind of like have a good mind going into the practice day, and like kind of like clears us up to like just be present, like we talked about.
All right, what's up, podcast listeners, watchers, viewers? It's your boy Nicky Rod alongside the 2 other Simplemen, Damien Anderson and Ethan Carlson. We're here to let you know that our merch is now available. The Simpleman podcast has the Simpleman Rashguard. Get the merch, enjoy the show.
Now, I'm guessing you guys aren't like, all right, practice starts, 30 minutes of technique, and then some live training. Like,
basically, everybody like practice starts at 1:30, but everybody gets there at like 1. Because we like to play dodgeball before practice. So literally, like everybody, I think that's one good thing that our coaches do is they just make like practices fun. Like they're not very long.
We started copying you guys, man, with spike ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're doing what they're doing. This is intelligent training.
So like everybody can't wait to get to practice because they can't wait to play dodgeball. and we get to practice at 1, and then like usually like definitely over the summer, like even during the season, sometimes we'll play dodgeball for another 15-20 minutes like at the start of practice. And then we'll just kind of like spend 5 minutes on our own getting warmed up and like playing around, and then they'll usually just put us through like a little bit of technique or like play wrestling, like, hey, we're going to work on finishing single legs. Here are like 3 different options if the guy sprawls out on you and you're extended, and then we'll go work on those 3 positions. But like our partner's giving us a feel. We're not just like going through the motions drilling. The partner's like reacting,
bit of
and giving us
resistance,
different
follow-up
but it's not
movements.
live at all. Like they're just like we're just, and then we'll usually like maybe get our heart rates up and then go a little bit of live. But like our live goes like don't really go longer than like 10 minutes. Like we'll do 10 if we do 10 minutes of live, like that's a lot of live for the day.
Yeah. Is that the only session of like? Is that the only session of the day, or is there like another?
We train 4 times a week for like an hour and 15 to an hour and a half. Sundays are off completely. Wednesdays.
You can tell us the truth. We can edit it out.
That's true.
Telling the truth.
That's incredible.
You guys train the least in the whole country and the most success. It's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, I was talking with Isaac and he's like, yeah, I gotta, because he's gonna be on the Who's Number One card too.
Yeah, he's fighting for the belt, right?
Pedro, is it Pedro?
Yeah, Pedro Marinho.
Yeah. So
He's gonna beat him.
I was like,
I think Isaac is gonna win.
Submit
Yeah,
him probably.
absolutely.
Pedro's on the B team.
No. I think Isaac.
he's gonna beat him.
Isaac's
gonna
I think
submit.
He's gonna beat him. Yeah.
Isaac's gonna beat him.
Yeah. And I was like, Isaac, what's your plan? He goes, I don't know, probably train every day. I'm like, you spent 2 months with me at Penn State. Do you think that's the best way to train? And he's like, well, maybe I could take Sundays off. And I was like, and Wednesdays off. I was like, let's get a plan. Let's create like some structure.
Yeah.
And so he's like, all right,
I'd
I'll
be
take
so
2 days
stressed
off.
out if I didn't train every day. I'd be like, I'm lazy. I'm
Well,
not.
I'll tell you this, like, we're at a level at Penn State where like everybody is like the highest, like they were all state champs. They're all the best
Multiple
guys in the
time
country.
state champs,
Insane.
right?
When we're
Okay.
when we're training like to be a national champ at Penn State is just like an expectation. Like
Yeah.
if you go to another school, you go to Stanford, like Missouri, like if you become a national champ, like you're the man on campus. Like you're the, but like at Penn State, it's like if you don't win, then it's like you're a failure. It's not that way, but but that's like how like you gotta. Like it's just expected to win at Penn State.
Wow.
So because you're training with so many like high level guys, like we don't have to train as long or as hard. Like everybody already knows all the techniques for the most part. Like there's like definitely like little tweaks that people could make, but yeah, we train like for like an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half, 4 times a week, and then Sundays and Wednesdays are completely off. Wednesdays I usually like to open the tubs, do hot tub, cold tub, sauna, and then I would get a massage every Wednesday. So massage and like body work is really important to me.
And Sunday, are you guys doing like some kind of like
Nothing.
play stuff? No, nothing.
No,
at all.
nothing.
No
Nothing.
spike ball, no dodgeball. Just
No.
chilling.
Your heart
No.
rate does not go up Sunday, basically. Like,
No.
you don't.
Wow.
Except if I'm on like the golf course and I got like money on the putters. No.
But will you do something like you would play
Yeah,
golf
yeah.
or something like something easy?
I'll do anything. I would play basketball. Like I would, but it's just like it's like more mentally like getting away. Like it's not like wrestling would like run me down or anything if I did it. It's more just like mentally. It's like that way every single practice we're excited. Like if we're training twice a day or like it's like, oh, I gotta go to practice, you know. It's like it's not like we wouldn't do that. We'd still do it. Like in high school, I trained like that. I trained twice a day, and I had to drive an hour and a half each way to practice for my second practices. And my day looked like 6 a.m. I would wake up and lift. I'd go to class from 7:30 to 2:30, practice high school 3 to 5, drive an hour and a half, practice 7:30 to 9, drive an hour and a half back home, go to bed at 11. Like that was like my.
So you had a period where you were going like you know, all gas, and I feel like we've had periods like that too.
for
like
sure.
This is your learning period. Like you're probably learning a lot of wrestling, right?
it was our learning period as well. Like me at TriStar and then Henzo's, we do those crazy sessions similar to like
Any lifting during season?
Yeah, I would lift like my season like for the last 5 years has been all year round basically because I compete about every 6 weeks to 2 months. So I would usually lift like 4 to 6 week periods, and then I wouldn't lift the week before competition, and then I wouldn't lift for like a week or two after competition, and then I would just go back like just four to six, usually like 4 week cycles of lifting, but it would be like once or twice a week, usually twice a week.
Can you tell us a bit about like what those lifting regiments were like, and like what you found maybe was your favorite, what translated the most or not the best? Like
I worked with my strength coach a lot, like to individualize my workouts, because for a while like our lifts were lasting like it was like an hour and 10 minutes, and I was like, hey, I'm feeling run down a little bit, like and a little bit tired, like can we make these lifts 45 minutes? So then we do a little bit less, we take a set off, or you know, but I would do like normal lifts, like you know, I was doing squats. I love squats. I think those are like the best, but there was a period of time where we didn't want to like be loading on my back, so then I would do like goblet squats or like single leg, whatever you call them. I don't know, where you put your leg back on a thing and you do a one-legged squat. So stuff like that.
Your, like laces on a little foam thing. And
and then deadlift, and then like RDLs, stuff like that. Like arm farm would be like at the end, just to like
arm farm.
Arm farm.
Like
yeah,
biceps?
Biceps, yeah. Like that would be
sick.
like
Farm.
just to feel good. Like that didn't really have much purpose like for like what we were trying to do for wrestling. But lots of pulls, like pull downs.
Yeah.
If you could do pull ups, like pull ups would hurt my shoulder, so I would do like pull downs.
What's a pull down?
Like just you grab the thing and pull it down. I don't know.
Like a lat pull
yeah,
down
lat pull
style.
down. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah, but we'd do like close grip stuff, and then stuff like that. Try to do like as much wrestling specific training. There was times where I would do like plyometrics with my lifts. I would do like 5 deadlifts and then do like 5 box jumps right after.
Okay.
And then implement like landing softly off of a box jump, or off the bench, stuff like that.
All right.
All right, I'm leaving. Before I leave,
Yeah.
All right.
You were talking about the amount of training you were doing in high school compared to what you were doing in college. How was it transferring mentally, going from training a bunch and then you go to college and they're like, yeah, train 4 times?
Yeah, it was like I was still like when I first got there, I would come in at like 11 o'clock at night and train like with Shakur or like Bo or somebody, and then our coaches like found out and they were like, hey, like you got to trust our system. Like,
wow,
you can't be coming in and doing extra, and like that's something Carter does still.
Wow,
like Carter's like
doing
coming
extra.
in.
Wow. Carter still does that, the extra stuff?
Yeah, he's starting to chill out now, but like for the last
now that
like
he's
4
a
years.
4-time national champion, he's like, all right, chill.
Yeah. But now, it was like, and my dad struggled with it too because he's like, hey, that's what got you here. Like, you need to keep doing it.
Yeah.
He's basically like. At first, he was like, "Don't listen to the coaches." He's like, "Just keep
They don't know
working
what they're
hard."
talking about.
Yeah, keep working hard and keep doing that stuff because that's what got you here. And then I think like as you get older, like your body needs more time to recover too.
Yeah,
like,
sure. Yeah,
when I was a kid, I like never got hurt or anything. And like
If you get hurt, you're fine the next day. It's a miracle.
Yeah. So having like, I think then it became super easy because there's no longer driving after school.
Yeah.
It was like I'd wake up, I'd walk across the street, train once a day. You know, it just became a lot more fun for me too. Like it wasn't as like I hated high school. Like it was miserable for me.
Yeah,
like
it's a lot of work.
The work. Like, but my dad was like, if you do this now, it'll pay off later, based type of thing. Yeah.
Well, thanks for answering my question.
Yep.
I'm a
Yep.
sleeve to protect.
Yeah.
Your truck.
Your raptor. My raptor, black man.
From the try. Yeah, make sure he doesn't steal it. Dude, I am envious of how much free time you probably have. Well, actually, you probably don't have. It's not free time. You have time for other endeavors.
Yeah.
And it's like we're in there every day. It's really hard to
Maybe we
to
should
not,
just like so you wouldn't even drill Wednesday, right? You just
No.
don't even go in there.
zero.
No, it's actually like it's even different than the way the like Team USA trains. Like Team USA like go over to like a training camp in the Colorado Springs, the Olympic Training Center, and they'll be like, "Hey, Wednesday's off. We're just gonna do something light in the morning," and they'd be like an hour and a half of drilling. And I'm like, that's not off.
That's not
like,
not
no,
off.
I'm like, I don't. And then we do 2-a-days every day. It's like,
when
it's quite different.
When you'd go to the like Olympic training center, you'd obviously it's now not Penn State. Now it's like the USA Olympic team. So like how it's a different coach, it's a different everything.
They have
right?
we have head coach Bill Zadek. A lot of the guys are just Penn State guys though.
Yeah, it
Like-
ends up- that's what I've noticed. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild. So like I would assume like you as, you know, you with all your Penn State guys, you guys would probably be like, we kind of know how to do this, but like, do you train the same or is it a different type of, I know it's a different rule set, I guess, not freestyle. It's
How we train freestyle at Penn State. We have like
Oh,
we have like a freestyle practice and a folk style practice. So like the senior level guys that are all competing like for the Worlds and Olympics, like they'll have their separate practice, and they've recently combined it. I think just because because the Penn State guys are allowed to train with us, but yeah, it's the same rule set basically that we train.
Okay.
Does Coach Kale and Coach Cunningham still roll with you guys a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
They're getting a little older. They're slowing down a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Craig doesn't train with us anymore.
No. Where is he?
I don't know.
Colombia or Venezuela.
He's being a sinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is not a man of God. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's for darn sure.
Dude, that's great. How old is Mr. Sanderson?
I think he's like 40, 42 or 43, something like
he
that.
still gets in there, just has fun.
Yeah. I mean, he's big, like he's like 240. So like
Whoa.
it's easy for him to wrestle like even like guys my size but when he starts wrestling like Snyderman or something like then it's a little tougher for him.
Snyder's a tank.
Yeah.
Bro. Even Greg's big boy.
Greg's the biggest tank in the room.
Yeah.
Who's Greg?
Kirk Fleet. He did CJI.
Yeah. He did
Oh,
CGI.
yes.
Yeah.
Dude, massive legs, just
Monster.
wide back. Yeah.
How'd he do? Who?
I think he just lost by decision.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
the Philippe Andrew couldn't sub him. He like took his back and stuff.
Oh, that's right. That match. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
What a freak athlete.
he didn't stick to the plan as much. I think he was tired. Like we were like, okay, we're gonna do all outside passing.
Yeah.
And like stay on our feet. And Greg kind of went to his knees.
Yeah.
And then let him. He got in the guard and then got swept and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
It's you gotta stay on the outside with him. It's just lack of knowledge. Like if he
Yeah.
wants to do it, he has access. Like
Yeah.
to come train with us, whatnot. I think he'd be pretty good. He's big.
Yeah.
He's athletic. He's young.
Yeah.
right. He's with 22 or something.
I think he should go to the NFL.
Oh, he could.
I mean,
for
he's
sure
like
could.
he's so big
He'll
and
make
fast.
A lot more.
Yeah, a lot more money, right?
and,
Yeah.
he's tall. I'm like,
Yeah.
he's got everything he needs to go in the NFL.
He should, dude. He should do a year on the Penn State football team.
I was
Yeah.
thinking I should, but like
Yeah.
the success of jiu-jitsu is just pulling me too much.
Yeah.
But, like I could have had a huge linebacker or something. I think.
Definitely.
Yeah. But
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's cool. I would say like even with like the training schedule too, like I feel like it made me tough, like training that much.
At the
Like,
beginning,
as a kid, like that's like how I got tough. Like just never making any excuses, just staying disciplined, staying consistent. Like when I woke up, it was never like, oh, I wonder if I'm going to go to practice, my second practice.
no
tonight.
question.
It was like that was what I did, even if
Yeah.
I was sick, even if I was hurt, like didn't matter, and I trained all the time. And now I'm like trying to listen to my body, and it's like just like it's a little bit different mindset, but I do believe that it's like better for me than
just
like,
continuously
overtraining.
hamming away like that. How
Yeah.
old are you now?
28.
28.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
age, brother. We're the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if when you start training jiu-jitsu consistently, you're gonna be like, damn, I need to train more because of the knowledge that you need to gain. Like you might catch that bug where you're gonna want to just be there more so you can learn more.
Yeah.
But I wonder if you'll do that or not.
Yeah. I mean, I have, like, for me, it's hard for me to train a lot right now, too, because we are getting ready. Like, we're getting ready for our app launch for Ocean.
That's awesome.
We just submitted to Apple. So hopefully by the time this is released, it'll be out there. It'll be out on the App Store.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So let's talk
Thanks.
about that
Yeah.
a little bit. Let's like hopefully, because that's look, obviously there's like technique stuff out there, but I think what you guys are doing, the expertise you specifically bring to that, like that world, online technique instructions, that's a window to a room that no one has access to. And that it's like a very, like the Penn State room, the way you guys train, just what I'm hearing now is like, I'm learning a lot from this. And I think like,
we have like all the Penn State guys on our platform. We have the best
That's
wrestlers.
huge.
Like now we got to get some jiu-jitsu guys on there, because that's like, I think that's a really big market. Obviously, like BJJ Fanatics has done a great job like building that brand and kind of being first to market.
jiu-jitsu nerds love that shit.
Yeah,
man.
we're bringing the tech into it. So like we brought a tech guy onto the team, guy that was like on the early team with Vimeo and Gumroad, like some of the other like big tech platforms. So he's kind of been running our tech, and our platform is going to be pretty sweet. So yeah, we're getting ready to launch that, and I just do a lot of day-to-day like work for Ocean, and then like having my club, like that takes a little bit of my energy, but like that's why like I'm not gonna be able to train as much as even if I want to. Jiu-jitsu.
You're occupying your time intelligently.
Yeah.
Is there a release date for it, or not something set yet?
We're trying to get it out there. Like,
Okay, just as soon as possible.
Yeah.
All right.
And
so-
then we'll probably
yeah.
still do, like, we've been testing it. Like, it's working well.
Amazing.
We'll probably, like, once we officially launch it to the App Store, we'll do some more testing just to make
Okay.
sure everything's working properly.
So
and then
Athletes Ocean or Athlete Ocean.
it'll just be called Ocean probably on
Ocean.
the App Store. Yeah.
It's an app. Check it out.
Yeah.
It's going to be a gold mine.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thank you.
Awesome, man.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want? I feel like I'm still, honestly, I'm shocked. The takeaway is like
Train less.
train less. I'm like
but at the same
short
time, he's like,
circuiting, you know?
he's like, they're like all the guys in the room. They're like the best wrestlers, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, we know everything, so why?
That's
beat
not
up
the
on-
that's not the solution for everybody.
Yeah.
Train less isn't the solution for everybody.
Like if you want to learn more, you're probably going to be in the gym more.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
you think we're so good that we can train less? You think we're there yet?
I think you guys can train less.
I definitely still have stuff that I'm learning, but I have kind of implemented similar to what you guys do, where I only have 2 days a week where I'm treating it like competition. This is in camp for competition.
Yeah.
After comp, I'm just kind of chilling and exploring more, being more open.
We're going bonkers every day. Come on.
But I'm being
he knows me.
but I'm being more open-minded in my roles. Like I'll pull guard,
That's
do
fair,
inversions,
yeah. Definitely.
have
Me
fun
too,
with
me
it.
too, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I think it's important to enjoy and just be playful at times.
That's
right?
what I'm doing right now, and that's how I got good at wrestling, was just giving people my leg, trying to figure out a way out of it. Like in jiu-jitsu right now, like when I'm doing rolls, I'm giving people my legs, trying to get them to put me in a heel hook so that I can like figure out a way out of it.
Yeah.
I'll pull guard a little bit, I'll invert, like you're saying. Like that's fun, and that's the creative part. If I was just trying to win at practice every day, I would just stay on the outside, pull the head down, fake, double leg, but like I'm trying to get better.
Yeah. So that's that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Play full, get better. But in preparation for competition, the weeks before, I'm only doing like 2 days where I'm treating it like competition, and then kind of the rest of the days I'm really relaxed, like super low heart rate.
It's chiller.
I've been taking Sundays off, which is something I only started doing like maybe pre-CJI. And I think it's been helping just for overall recovery, because before I would just do it every day. I would just scrap hard every day. Yeah. And that's just not the best, not the smartest way to approach it.
Yeah. I think like
It's too bad Jay isn't here for this discussion right now.
it's fun though. Like I love doing rounds. I would do like, I don't think that like 10 minutes or less would be good like for live, like how we do it in wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be like a good strategy for jiu-jitsu. I think you got to do like more goes. Like you could do like 8 3-minute goes or something, 10
It's not
3-minute
as hard
goes.
on the body as
No.
wrestling.
Wait, you're saying for
For jiu-jitsu, he said you have to do longer goes.
Oh, yes.
Do
how
more
for
goes.
wrestling, you do shorter goes.
Like a 3-minute go in wrestling is like so long, and I'm like,
it's a
I'm like,
battle.
and you're like, you have to like stay in such good stance and stay in good position, and then you're like literally like hand fighting the whole time, and then like fighting for every takedown. And where like that's why I love that I know wrestling like in jiu-jitsu, because now like the live rolls are like easy for me. Like I might get subbed like with an ankle lock, but like no one's ever gonna get me like tired really.
Yeah.
I could like not train for the rest of my life and still not get tired.
It's true though, bro. I would see RBY keep the same pace for 2 hours in training. When we train jiu-jitsu, I was like, he's so impressive.
Sick, bro.
Yeah.
I
So
trained
impressive.
the last thing, and then we'll cut it. I remember training with RBY. I remember we came to Henzo's. Holy shit, so sick. He's insanely good.
Yeah.
You have anything
Yeah.
you want to promote? Like, we know you have Oceans.
Yeah, just always want to like say thank you to my sponsors, Level Black, Spirit Water, Jocko Fuel.
Hell yeah.
So they've been hooking me up and taking care of me, especially with my transition out of wrestling. They still support me, so very grateful for all those guys. Yeah.
Awesome. If you guys are listening and you're in the Austin area, check out Nolf Pack Wrestling Club, right? Wrestling Club?
Wrestling Academy.
Wrestling Academy.
If you go to jasonnolf.com, you can find more information on that.
Beautiful.
There you go.
And leave a wrestling emoji. They have those. So there's an emoji that we say to leave at the end of every episode.
They have a wrestling emoji.
Yeah, they have a wrestling emoji.
Yeah.
Exactly. Leave a wrestling emoji, and thanks for watching.
All right.
Yeah, subscribe.
Subscribe, yes, sir.
Subscribe.
And like and
Yeah.
comment.
Yes.
All right, bye.